Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julia, your co-host, and thank you so much for joining us. We're excited because today's topic is very practical and very important.
Yes, very important. Today we're talking about something many English learners struggle with: how to train your mouth to speak English naturally.
That's right. A lot of learners tell us, I understand English, I know many words, but when I try to speak, my mouth feels slow, heavy, or nervous.
Exactly. And that's completely normal. Speaking English is not only a mental skill, it's also a physical skill. Your mouth, tongue, lips, and even your breathing need training.
So today, we're going to show you simple and effective ways to train your mouth so you can speak more smoothly, more clearly, and more confidently.
We'll talk about pronunciation, mouth exercises, shadowing, daily speaking habits, and how to avoid common mistakes.
And don't worry, everything we share today is easy, practical, and perfect for beginners and intermediate learners.
So relax, get comfortable, and maybe even get ready to move your mouth a little with us today.
Yes, by the end of this episode, you'll have a clear plan to start training your mouth and improving your English speaking every single day.
All right, let's get started. So, Julia, let's talk about something very interesting. Why does speaking English feel physically difficult for many learners?
That's a great question, Jason. And the simple answer is this. Your mouth is already trained for your native language, not for English.
Exactly. From childhood, your tongue, lips, and jaw learn certain movements. Those movements are different in every language.
Yes, so when you try to speak English, your mouth is asked to make new sounds and new shapes, and that feels uncomfortable at first.
That's why many learners say things like, I know the sentence in my head, but my mouth can't say it.
Right. The brain understands, but the mouth is slow. It's like asking your left hand to suddenly write when you always use your right hand.
Great example. It's not impossible, it's just untrained.
Another reason is that English has sounds that don't exist in many languages. For example, the teach sound or the difference between R and L.
And when your language doesn't have those sounds, your mouth doesn't know how to move for them yet.
So learners feel tense. The jaw becomes tight, the tongue feels stiff, and the voice becomes quiet or shaky.
Also, many learners are afraid of making mistakes. That fear makes the body tense, and a tense mouth cannot speak smoothly.
Yes, speaking is a physical action. If the body is nervous, the voice becomes weak and unclear.
So if speaking feels hard for you, don't think something is wrong with you.
It just means your speaking muscles are not trained yet, and that's totally normal.
And the good news is, just like any muscle, your mouth can be trained with the right practice.
And that's exactly what we'll teach you in the next parts of this episode.
So don't feel discouraged. Feeling difficulty is actually the first step toward improvement.
Yes, because now you understand why it feels hard, and that means you can fix it.
So now that we understand why speaking feels physically difficult, let's talk about what training your mouth actually means.
Yes, because many learners think training means memorizing more words or studying more grammar.
But in this case, training your mouth is about training the physical parts of speaking.
That means your tongue, your lips, your jaw, your breath, and even your voice.
It's like learning a sport or a musical instrument. You don't just read about it, you practice the movements.
Exactly. Speaking English is a physical skill, just like playing the guitar or learning to swim.
When you train your mouth, you teach it how to move naturally for English sounds and rhythm.
So instead of your mouth feeling stiff or slow, it becomes relaxed, flexible, and fast.
Training your mouth also means getting used to hearing yourself speak English.
Yes, many learners feel shy or strange hearing their own English voice.
But that feeling disappears with practice.
Another part of training is learning the music of English, the stress, rhythm, and intonation.
That's what makes your English sound natural, not robotic.
So training your mouth means practicing sounds, practicing movement, practicing rhythm, and practicing confidence.
And the goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to sound clear, comfortable, and confident.
Because when your mouth is trained, your ideas can come out easily.
And when your ideas come out easily, speaking becomes enjoyable instead of stressful. All right, now, let's start with the first real step to train your mouth.
Yes, step 1 is learn and practice English sounds.
Before you can speak smoothly, your mouth needs to know how English sounds are made.
Because English has many sounds that don't exist in other languages.
For example, the th sound in think or this,
Or the difference between R and L, like in right and light.
or the V and W sounds very and west.
If your language doesn't have these sounds, your mouth will naturally replace them with familiar ones.
And that's why pronunciation problems happen.
So the first thing you should do is become aware of English sounds.
Listen carefully to native speakers, not just to the words, but to the sounds and mouth movements.
You can watch slow pronunciation videos and copy the speaker's mouth shape.
Pause the video, repeat the word slowly, and look at how your lips and tongue move.
It's okay to exaggerate the sound at first. That helps your muscles learn the new movement.
Yes, speak slowly and clearly before you try to speak fast.
You can also practice minimal pairs like ship and sheep, bat and bet, rice and lice.
This trains your ear and your mouth together.
Just 10 minutes a day of sound practice can make a huge difference.
And remember, don't feel embarrassed practicing sounds alone.
You're not being silly, you're training.
And every athlete trains before the game.
So your mouth needs training before fluent speaking.
All right, now let's move to step 2, which is one of my favorites.
Yes, step 2 is mouth warm-up exercises.
This might sound funny, but it's very powerful.
Absolutely. Just like you warm up your body before exercise, you should warm up your mouth before speaking.
Because a cold, tight mouth speaks slowly and unclearly.
But a warm, relaxed mouth speaks more smoothly and naturally.
So let's share a few simple warm-up exercises.
First, gently open and close your mouth several times.
Then move your jaw left and right slowly.
Next, stretch your lips, smile wide, then make a small O shape.
Repeat that a few times to wake up your lips.
Then move your tongue, touch the left side of your mouth, then the right, then up, then down.
You can also roll your tongue in circles inside your mouth.
Now let's do some sound warm-ups.
Repeat sounds like la la la, ra ra ra, va va va, ta ta ta.
Say them slowly, clearly, and a little louder than normal.
You can also read a short paragraph out loud, slowly as a warm-up.
Don't worry about mistakes. This is just for movement, not perfection.
All of this takes only about 3 to 5 minutes.
But it can make your speaking feel much easier.
After warm-up, your mouth feels lighter, faster, and more relaxed.
And when your mouth is relaxed, your confidence also increases.
So before meetings, classes, or practice sessions, warm up your mouth.
It's a small habit that creates big improvement.
Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful methods to train your mouth and improve fluency.
Yes, step 3 is the shadowing technique.
Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and speaking at the same time, like you are their shadow.
You don't wait for them to finish, you speak together with them.
This trains your mouth, your ear, and your brain at the same time.
It also helps you learn natural rhythm, stress, and intonation.
So how do you do shadowing?
First, choose short, clear audio like a podcast clip, a YouTube video, or a movie scene.
Listen once without speaking, just to understand.
Then play it again and speak with the speaker.
Don't worry about being perfect, just try to follow the flow.
If it's too fast, slow down the audio speed.
You can start at 0.75 speed and slowly move to normal speed.
Focus on copying the sound, not the spelling.
Copy the pauses, the emotion, and the melody of the voice.
This trains your mouth to move naturally without thinking too much.
Shadowing for 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough.
It's better to do it a little every day than a lot once a week.
Over time, your mouth will start producing English automatically.
And speaking will feel less like work and more like a habit.
That's when fluency starts to grow. Now we come to step 4, and this one is very important.
Yes, step 4 is speak daily in small ways.
Many learners wait for the perfect time to speak English.
They wait until they know more words, more grammar, or feel more confident.
But that perfect time never really comes.
So instead, we recommend speaking every day in very small, easy ways.
For example, you can talk to yourself in English.
Yes, describe what you are doing. I'm making tea. I'm opening my laptop. I'm going to study now.
This trains your mouth to move without pressure.
You can also record your voice on your phone.
Then listen and notice your pronunciation and clarity.
Not to judge yourself, just to observe and improve.
You can also answer simple questions in English every day.
Like, what did I do today? What will I do tomorrow? How do I feel right now?
Even 1 minute of speaking a day is better than 0.
Because fluency grows from consistency, not from big efforts once in a while.
Small daily speaking builds muscle memory.
And muscle memory builds natural speaking.
So don't wait for big opportunities.
Create small opportunities every day.
Now let's move to step 5, which helps you sound more natural and fluent.
Yes, step 5 is build fluency with patterns, not single words.
Many learners try to speak by translating word by word from their native language.
And that makes speaking slow, unnatural, and stressful.
Instead, fluent speakers use sentence patterns and common phrases.
For example, instead of only learning the word suggest, learn the pattern. I suggest that.
Or instead of just used, learn I'm used to.
These patterns come out of your mouth faster than single words.
Because your brain learns them as one unit.
This helps you speak without stopping to think about grammar.
You can collect patterns from podcasts, movies, or conversations.
Write them down and practice saying them in different situations.
Like, I'm looking forward to, that's a good idea, because the reason is that.
When you practice patterns, your mouth learns natural flow.
And your English sounds more smooth and confident.
So don't only build vocabulary.
Build speaking patterns. Now, before we finish, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when training their mouth.
Yes, because avoiding mistakes can save you a lot of time and frustration.
Mistake number 1, waiting too long to start speaking.
Many learners think they must be perfect before they speak.
But speaking is what creates improvement.
So don't wait, start small and start now.
Mistake number 2, trying to speak fast too early.
Speed comes after clarity.
First speak slowly and clearly, then speed will come naturally.
Mistake number 3, only memorizing words, not using them.
Words that you don't use disappear.
Words that you speak become active.
Mistake number 4, being afraid of mistakes.
Mistakes are not failure, they are feedback.
Every mistake shows you what to practice next.
And the last mistake, not listening enough.
Your mouth learns from your ears.
So listen to good English every day.
Good input creates good output. All right, Julia, let's wrap up today's episode with a quick recap and some motivation.
Yes. So today we learned how to train our mouth to speak English naturally.
Step 1. Learn and practice English sounds. Step 2. Warm up your mouth with exercises. Step 3. Use the shadowing technique. Step 4. Speak daily in small ways. Step 5. Build fluency with patterns, not just single words.
And we also talked about common mistakes to avoid, like being afraid to speak or focusing only on words.
The most important thing is consistency. Practice every day, even a little, and your mouth will slowly learn to move naturally.
Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Every word you speak trains your mouth and builds confidence.
So here's your challenge. Pick one exercise today, maybe 5 minutes of shadowing or daily self-talk, and do it.
Yes, small actions every day lead to big results over time.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a tip to improve your English.
Thank you so much for listening, and remember, train your mouth, speak confidently, and enjoy the journey.
See you in the next episode, everyone. Keep practicing.